Welcome to Swinging Blindly, where we try and predict baseball, do what John Sterling and Susan Waldman say we can't do. The Yankee broadcasters. I'm Blaze Bryant. I'm flying solo here for a few minutes as PJ squares away some technical problems. We are audio only on Colorcast, Facebook.com/swingingblindlypodcast, and on Twitter at Swinging Blindly is our social media. So that's what's happening, as we've got a lot of stuff to get into with Dusty Baker becoming the first black manager to get 2,000 wins. Congratulations to him, as he's really been around the game for a long time. I remember him. Let's see, I grew up in the early 90s. I remember him going to the World Series with the San Francisco Giants. I remember him going to the World Series with the Chicago Cubs. Now he's with Houston. I believe he's been a couple of other places too. It really is and good for Dusty. So happy for him as he achieves history. The other piece of history that's kind of interesting is the fact that we had the first female, and here's PJ. I'm going to get him on the line here in just a second. Invite as the co-caster. Here we go. So PJ will be with us here in just a second as we've hopefully squared away some of the technical problems here, probably of my own doing. Kelsey Whitmore, I believe is her name. She started a game for the, what was it? Was that the Staten Island Yankees? I believe that's what it was, or a Double-A affiliate. She played ball before. I thought I punched PJ up here. I'm going to give this another shot here. Aha! I hear him.
Hello.
Hey, man. Glad we got our technical stuff squared away. So, how you be, man?
I be. What's up, my friend? Yeah, it's just, getting on a lazy Wednesday afternoon, evening, and we're here on the Swinging Blindly podcast.
That's right. Is it rainy and dreary and yuck where you are there down in Connecticut?
Absolutely, it is. It is. I worked out in it today, and it is. It was miserable, but it's one of those. It's one of those days that it gives you hope for a brighter, sunnier, better feeling day, and especially a day where you go out and you say, this would be a good day to watch a baseball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Shout out to Jake 3152.
Yeah, our guy Jake will get you on here in just a little bit. As I said, we're audio only, so because you had to work out in the rain, you're probably a little thankful that we don't have to be on camera today.
Oh no, come on, Blaze. I showered. I'm looking great for you. I mean, I might look a little scraggly, but I always come to these things looking as pristine as possible just for you.
Well, I appreciate that you make the effort, though I physically can't see the results. So I will just take your word for it here.
Swinging Blindly podcast.
That's right. So I was saying, just to kind of set it up, because we were battling some stuff. Dusty Baker, first black manager to get 2,000 wins, bro. How about that?
That is incredible. What I would say about that is my memories of Dusty Baker is of him against the Cardinals as the Cubs manager. So needless to say, I wasn't exactly the biggest Dusty Baker fan growing up, but I respect the fire. I respect the way that the man sees and calls baseball, and he clearly he's done enough to, and the longevity is there to the point where he's 2,000 wins. I mean, it's nothing to shake a stick at.
That's for sure. I mean, he was with the I actually remember him even before he was with the Cubs. Wasn't remember when he was with the Giants and they went to the World Series in '02 against the Angels?
Um, that's a good. Was it? Did it go Cubs and then Giants, or Giants and then Cubs?
I thought he went Giants then Cubs, although I'm pulling from my
Yep, it was Giants
memory as
Cubs.
a
You're right.
10-year-old.
Nope, you're right. It was 93 to '02 was manager of the Giants, and then '03 to '06 manager of the Cubs. So
Yeah, and
some of those good Cubs teams, then the Reds, Nationals, and then now obviously the Houston Astros. So
yeah, and I mean, you forget that he won the World Series. Didn't he win the World Series with the Nationals? I think so.
no,
No.
no.
Oh, that was excuse me.
He won.
No cough button on this mic. I
No,
got to get used to that.
there you go.
But that's it was Davy Johnson. That's who it was, right? Yeah,
Yes, yep.
yeah,
He
that's right.
never. Yeah, I was gonna say he won a World Series in '81 as a player with the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dusty Baker, but never won one as a coach. Has not won a World Series as a coach. So
Well, I mean, and that kind of didn't realize he was on those '81 Dodgers teams. You had Fernando Valenzuela, who pitched them in that position. So really interesting stuff, and good for Dusty Baker, who's now with the Astros, and they certainly made the right pick, bringing in an established baseball guy who has
yeah,
enhanced their credibility after the scandal that they went through.
yeah, no, for sure. And shout out again, Jake3152, who said in the chat that it was high, it was far. It is caught by the third baseman, Davey Martinez, the Giants manager. And then we also have joining us right now is Coco Leche. Love that.
Coco Leche.
Love that. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys, and you can hop on the hot seat. But yeah, I mean, what else? I know I kind of joined abruptly. What else was going on, Blaze?
Well, and then did you see the other day with the Kelsey? I want to say her last name is Whitmore. On Sunday, she started in a minor league game, first ever female or first ever woman to start in a minor league game.
That is insane. I did not see this. So here it is. Was that Staten Island?
I think it was Staten Island. I think it was.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I was hungover that day.
Yep, Staten Island Ferry Hawks.
Yeah, Staten Island Ferry.
The first woman to do so. Started her first game. What? That is crazy. Let's go.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. The sky's the limit.
League, an MLB partner league, and a game between the Gastonia Honey Hunters and the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. Whitmore's team, the 23-year-old, started in left field. The Cal State Fullerton alum went 0 for 2 at the plate, batting ninth. She was pulled from the game in the eighth inning after being hit by a pitch. Got hit by a pitch in professional baseball. Whitmore not only plays as an outfielder, but is a talented pitcher as well. Currently, she is being trained by former ace Nelson Figueroa. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Although calling him
step.
It is, and I hope she.
Calling Figueroa an ace, yeah, not.
Yeah, that's a. I mean,
I respect the. I respect that though.
that was an Anthony Rizzo like stretch, but.
Oh wow! Look at you must be so happy we haven't spoke. I mean, look at the New York teams, man. 18-6 Yankees, 18-9 Mets. I mean, how happy are you with the? I have to ask you, how happy are you with the Yankees so far?
Extremely happy. 11 in a row. How about this? We
That's
have the
crazy.
opportunity as we're taping this just a little inside an hour of the Yankees battling the Blue Jays north of the border in Toronto, and we could, with a win, sweep Toronto. Fourth straight series sweep. And I get it. Anyone who wants to say to me, well, they should have done as well as they did against Cleveland, Baltimore, and Kansas City. I mean, Cleveland, they certainly are better than both Toronto, excuse me, better than Baltimore and Kansas City. But sweep, I mean, a sweep is hard. I don't care how good or bad the team is. A sweep is hard. And they could do it tonight 4 times in a row. And the sweep, if they're able to do it against Toronto tonight, I mean, wow. Going into a day off before a homestand and Mother's Day weekend series against the Texas Rangers. And then Toronto comes back into town before the Yankees head west to Chicago to take on the beat up White Sox. Yeah, I mean, this to me would be a huge deal. And if they don't make it happen, hey, as the late Meatloaf once said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right, I hear you, man. And looking at run differential plus 50, the Yankees right there at the top with the Dodgers right behind them at 49. And that's, the 18 wins obviously tops in the majors. And, there's a couple teams there. And it's exciting to see the race to 20. Like when you have a team like this, like those type of milestones kind of become more when you have a good team, when you root for a team that's doing that, it 11 straight wins. I mean, 11 in a row, meaning that when they started this, they were at what?
Well,
9 wins.
they were 9-6,
Yeah, 9-6, balloon
or
to 18-6, and
no,
then
well, no.
yeah,
I'm sorry, we did the math wrong. 8-6 because they're what 18-6 now, right?
no, 7-6.
Okay, wow. Okay,
Well, yeah, we're bad. We're awful. But
Miss
I
Anchman,
was
I need math
hold
lessons
on.
from you again.
Hey, I I was saying that all to say because when I was I caught the end of the Cardinal game today when they win 10-0 against the Royals. Um, was 11 straight games, so 11 wins in a row for the Yankees. 11 straight games for the Cardinals, Blaze, where they either scored 7 runs or 2 or less runs. Talk about streaky. It's not. It's not my like that. That doesn't sound good, nor does it make me nervous. But I mean, if you're either hitting the crap out of the ball or you can't score at all, that's something that needs to get fixed sooner rather than later.
Well, I mean, if and I'm just looking at this objectively, not as a Cardinal fan, of course, but that offense is going to figure itself out. The roller coaster at the end of the day is going to have a lot more highs, a lot more peaks than it is steep drops down into the valley at the end of the bottom. I mean,
Absolutely.
and the pitching is good enough too. The managing, hey, jury's out, new kid on the block, so we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. In the chat, we have Jake still. NY and LA top 4 in Major League right now. If you shoot for 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 4, you'll be in good shape. Sweeps will come that way. And then he said he retired from math.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, well, and how about we got to talk about the Minnesota Twins here? See, to me, they've kind of been the surprise of the league over the first month of the season. They have a 3-game lead, bro, in the
Four and a half.
American League. Or 4.5 now. Okay, 4.5 game lead in the AL Central now, and look what's behind them. A tattered White Sox team.
Yep.
I tried to see what I did there. I don't have the effects.
Yeah, no, I got
Because
you. I got you.
yeah, because I gotta send my
Tattered
soundboard.
socks.
Yeah, I gotta send my radio board in for some repairs. So we're audio only, and we gotta kind of create our own entertainment more than usual here for the next few weeks. You have the tattered White Sox. You have a Cleveland Guardians team that has some players, but they're just not good enough to string it together. You have a Tigers team. Clearly, the arrow's trending up. I saw Kansas City, well, Friday and Sunday, for a little bit. And that team, well, yeah, that arrow's pointing up. The reality is they're still a long ways away because if you look at their bullpen, they're all 90. They all throw 97 with a slider. There's no uniqueness in their approach.
Yeah.
So I know it's month one, and I know that Eloy Jimenez is out for the next few weeks. But for the Twins to be in this position already, I think bodes well for them, or it could bode well for them throughout the rest of the season. What say you?
I mean, at this point, the the Twins are much better than I think both me and you thought. And the proof is in the pudding. They took a chance on some of the guys at the Yankees. The two guys, Sanchez and say his name.
Gio Urshela.
Thank you. Well, I knew that. I just wanted to make you say the name. They have put together a team. When Byron Buxton is healthy, this team rolls. I mean, he is a difference maker. And in difference, I mean, this is a team. They're second in the AL in run differential, plus 29 right now. It's not a mirage. This is something that's going to continue to happen, and that's just it's a product of Rocco Baldelli.
Yeah, and you have Jose Ryan, who is up there in terms of starters and ERA for the Twins. That helps too. And they also have this kid. I am blanking on his name, PJ. This kid throws 102 miles an hour, and he has a 97-mile-an-hour splitter. I mean,
Hunter Green,
something.
the
No,
red.
no, for
Oh,
no for the Twins.
oh.
Uh, I believe Martinez is his last name. Though I'm drawing a blank on that,
Yeah, somebody
admittedly.
throw it in the chat.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, so what team has surprised you the most so far a month in? In a good
Surprised?
way. In a good way, because we have a couple of disappointments to get to, for sure.
Um, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think the Yankees have surprised me. I mean, not to bring them back into the discussion, but I kind of expected the Mets, maybe not to this point, but I expected the Mets to be tops of that East pretty handily, but the Yankees I think have surprised me a good amount with especially with the vitriol that came with their off season. I mean, there was so many people who didn't think that they didn't do enough or should have done more. And here they are, clearly looking like, I mean, Anthony Rizzo clearly proving the people who wanted a Freddie Freeman wrong. Other than that, I guess in a backwards way, just how bad the Cincinnati Reds are is something I did not expect.
I
I mean,
mean,
they
yeah.
3-20, so they're the first to 20, except in the wrong column. But the least, besides their three, no other team has less than 8 wins. So, I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. One of the wins came against the Cardinals, which that stinks. But that is something that is just downright shocking.
No doubt about it. And did you see their, like, I think it was like their president of baseball operations or someone with a pretty high title within the Reds organization basically challenging the fan base. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are you going to do? Well, here's what they're going to do. They're not going to come see this lousy ass product you've put on the field.
And they haven't. We've seen it with the A's, the Athletics, even though they're competing so far, 10-14 right now, but they're constantly it is being like spread over social media just how little fans are going to these games, like 2,000 people, boys, like if that, to an Oakland Athletics game because they're protesting the ownership and how they're not doing what they should be doing, and that is to compete.
Well, and rightly so, because
3-20 is crazy.
3-20 is minor league.
That's insane. That's jarring.
Like, you would expect maybe the Pittsburgh Pirates to be not that bad, but you would, I mean, like, if we
Thank
were
you,
sitting
Brady.
here and saying, okay, the Pirates are 5-18, we wouldn't be surprised. But the Reds at 3-20, when what was their over under that we predicted
It's probably
at
had the
the
60
it was in the
something, right?
70s. It
Oh
was in the
yeah, I think it was like
70s.
73. I want to say
So
because they came off of a competitive season last year, and here they are, 3-20, and May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
right, so in order for them to get to 70 wins, let's see, so they've played 23 games. I mean, they'd have to go something to the effect of 60, or they'd have to go 70 and 59. So you'd have to play a relatively decent clip above 500 already at this point just to get to 73
Well,
wins.
but very clearly, that's not the goal, and
No.
that's what didn't get addressed in the CBA. Don't get me wrong; I'm glad it happened when it did because it allowed myself and my wife to go to St. Louis to see opening day. But that's tanking. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe that's a discussion for another day. But that's clearly what's happening here, and it's an ownership group that does not care to see wins, and that stinks for those fans because, as you know, Blaze, those are the Reds. I mean, that's a classy organization, like generally speaking, throughout the years,
Yeah,
and
and a long established organization that has had some success, albeit
yeah,
it's been a while, but they've had some success.
yeah. Do we? I don't mean to interrupt you. Do we want to bring some people on to
Yeah,
talk
let's yeah,
some baseball? All
let's
right,
empty the let's bring
Jake,
them in from the bullpen here.
Jake, Jake, can we count on your arm for 10 minutes? You want to hop on? Let us
I
know in the
think
chat, Jake, if you're
we
still there and you want to hop on.
we could probably count on
There
that
it is.
dude's arm for
Red should be a double A team at this point. That's the take from Jake right there.
not
Um,
wrong.
Either request the mic if you want to go on between Brett and Jake, and if oh, just requesting the mic. Oh, so that must have been to you, Blaze.
Was that to
Did you get
me?
the request? Yeah, you would get the requests, I think. I don't know if I would get them too.
you should be able to pop them up. As we're
Here, Jake, I'll send it to you right now.
well here. I might be able to do it here. I'll
I
give it
got
a
it.
shot. Okay, you got it. All right.
What, 10 minutes, you think? And then we can get
Yeah,
Brett on?
sure.
Let's do it.
We're having to do a lot more inside radio here because of our
Here's
because
Jake.
of my depleted tech setup. There we go. We have Jake.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Hey, good to hear from you. How's it going?
Not bad. How you guys been?
Doing
Good,
all
man.
right. I could complain. I won't. I mean, not about my Yankees. I mean that
I can't.
that's
I'm not going to complain about my Mets either. 18-9, I'll take that.
Yeah, neither one of you guys can say anything. I mean, I believe since the last time we've spoken, Jake, I went to St. Louis and experienced Busch Stadium for the first time.
Very nice
Jake
stadium.
was with us last week.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just reliving that every single day of my life. But anyway, yeah. I mean, neither one of you has anything to complain about. Top teams in both leagues. But what do you want to talk about there, Jakey boy?
Just, who would have thought that I want to talk about, I'm not surprised, I'm not sure if you mentioned the Los Angeles Angels. They've been really interesting. Not only, I didn't think they'd be that great. I had them finishing third in the American League West and out of the playoffs, despite having Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani on their team.
Yep.
But it's weird because obviously hitting's really never been their problem. They've had like Trout for God knows how many years. So it's been their pitching. Their pitching really has been the problem. All of a sudden, their bats are going cold. They've been shut out like 3 times in the last week or something. Their bats. So I thought it's been really weird and almost impressive that they're actually playing well right now. I think they're 15-10 or something. I think they're like second or third in the American League right now, and their hitting has actually not been that good.
Well, I mean, it could be that they're just in a little bit of a cold streak right now. I mean, I think what we're seeing a lot of right now, Jake, is a lot of teams in flux, still kind of figuring out who they are. Which, hey, it is a month into the season; it is to be expected to some degree.
Yeah, I think Atlanta is in that category. Atlanta, they do replacement of Matt Olson, who's going with top 5 first baseman in the game. But losing Freddie Freeman is not only losing one of the best players in the league, they also lose him, like his voice in the locker room. He was definitely the leader of that clubhouse. We had a drama before the year, like a month ago, with Ronald Acuna going on like a podcast saying he really wasn't gonna miss Freddie Freeman because Acuna used to wear his jewelry and his hat a certain way, and the Braves have certain rules. Like you can't wear your hat over your hat a certain way. You can't have like the jewelry covering the A and stuff like that. So Freddie Freeman enforced those rules, and Acuna didn't really like it, being kind of the young hip kind of guy, and Freeman being bit of an more elder statesman, kind of enforcing that. So he was definitely a leader of the clubhouse. So I just think filling that hole, it's going to take some time. I guess no one really saw it coming because I think a lot of people thought the Atlanta Braves were going to win that division. I did think the Mets would finish behind them. The Mets look ahead of them right now. We'll see what happens come June, July, August, September. But I think that's a team that fits the description that plays in this game. They're still in flux. They're trying to figure out like the post Freddie era. So.
Yeah, and it's going to take a little bit for Acuna to get his playing legs underneath him, and once he does, I think the Braves are going to be just fine. And I think you bring up an interesting point, Jake, in that these players now, like Acuna, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, they are meteorically elevated despite a small sample size. And when you're that young and you have that much power and influence and you're trying to impress, like, how can that not go to your head?
Yeah, it's tough to see. Soto come up at like 19 years old. Acuna was like 19, 20, 21. Tatis came up like 19, 20, whatever, however old he was. Yeah, those 3 guys especially they're very showboaty. So some guys don't like that. I really don't mind it as long as you're not showing up the other team. Which they really, I haven't seen them do anything that really show up on our team. I've seen all three of them actually do a backflip and maybe a little slower trot, kind of get the crowd pumped up. Which some old heads might say, you shouldn't do that. When Soto, I think it was in the World Series when he ran down to first base with the bat. I think it was after the Astros. I think after Alex Bregman did it. I mean, it's payback the Astros did, so I didn't really mind it. but not like the scandal. I mean, just because that's what Alex Bregman did, like the inning before. But like, either way, I'm not saying it was disrespectful. It was just dumb. Like, why are you running with the bat? I just thought it was dumb. So yeah, those three guys, they're very different. They're a different breed. Those three guys, in that matter.
For sure. PJ?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that a lot of the time, talent, as they say, the cream rises to the top. So I think at this point, it's one of those. It's a different game, and it's just so tough to really say much more other than that. But yeah, I mean, we have the Mets and the Yankees right now. I kind of want to pit you guys against each other. Is there a rivalry between the Mets and the Yankees fans going right now, or is it just like a let's go New York?
I mean, I personally, I don't feel rivalry because we're in different leagues. I've never really felt like there's a huge, rivalry.
That's cap.
No, it's not cap.
I think there was. I'll put it this way: Lazen is right in the spectrum that right now, honestly, I don't see that much of a rivalry really at all right now. I think. I mean, I'm 20, so I'm 20. Honestly, for most of my life, there hasn't been much. Like, obviously, they played in the World Series against each other, and I think it was 01 or 2000. So
2000. You weren't even friggin' born.
I was not born yet. You missed me. I was -2 in 2000. So obviously, when you're playing in the World Series against someone, obviously it's going to create some tension. I think around 2000, that's really the last time there was a rivalry. I think it really goes back that far. I do think there was at a point where there was a rivalry between the two teams, but for a very long time, really since that World Series, maybe because the Yankees have been good, the Mets haven't been. I don't know if that has something to do with it. But just being in different leagues and they just don't play each other as many times for whatever reason, because the interleague play isn't as popular anymore. There really hasn't been much of a rivalry, really since the World Series.
Yeah, and that was a hell of a World Series, man. And God, I mean, the fact that you're 20, I feel old as hell, and I'm considerably older than you. So just on that alone, I'm Big Brother. In addition to being a Yankee fan, yeah. But it's also interesting too. I mean, like the way I look at it, as weirdly as it sounds, or as it might sound, is the only time I root for the Mets, or I'm sorry, I root against the Mets, is when we're playing against each other. That's the only time I really don't root for them. Maybe part of it is because I have dated into a family of Mets fans, even though my fiance does not really. Even though my fiance is not a sports person, a lot of her family is.
Okay.
I think, and maybe we'll hear from Brett shortly to give his side. I think there's more of a rivalry there. But Jake, we love you, man, and we please continue to listen, and you'll always be welcome back on. You got about 30 seconds. Is there anything you want to plug or say before the hot seat ends?
I will plug something. I'm the host. Of Talking Sports with Jake on it's a show on Colorcast. I recently turned my show into a podcast on YouTube. I'm not sure if you
Love
guys
it.
do something similar, but you can just go on YouTube and you Google Talking Sports with Jake. I should pop right up, and if you want to subscribe, you are more than welcome to.
Talking
Well,
sports with Jake, right? Right.
Yep, that's correct.
talking sports with
Sports
Jake.
with
We will.
Jake.
Yeah,
I'm
man. Well,
subscribing right now.
Thank you, guys.
you bet. And there he goes. So we'll have to check out. So we'll have to check out talking sports with Jake.
Here it is.
Um,
Subscribe. Bang.
let's see. Oh, this is cool. I
Subscribe.
just realized something here.
Our guy Jake.
Yeah.
Jake is welcome on whenever he wants to talk about anything. Honestly, I can listen to that guy read the phone book. So
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. Did you notice that when you punch someone up on Colorcast now, that you can like pick the length, whether it's a minute, like all the way through it. This is wow. That's cool.
yeah,
That's good stuff. As I just punched up Bretti, so Bretti will be here.
Oh wait, do it one more time.
Bretti.
Let's go. 10 minutes.
I got him already.
you already
Here
got
he
him.
is.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm just a pretty boy.
We just had on Jakey boy, and now
Yeah.
we have a Brady
Well,
boy.
yes. Well, I was listening, and to answer your
Talking
question,
sports with Jake. Shout out.
and you're probably not gonna like to hear it. I'm sort of with Blaze on this one. Usually, to me, the Mets are sort of just a non-thought. It's not a disrespectful thing. Usually, I'm just paying attention to the Yanks.
Right.
I just don't feel like unless they're playing each other, like Blaze said, like I think, and that's might be the crux of the whole thing in New York, is that I personally don't feel there's a rivalry, and I sometimes think that Mets fans wish there was more of one, or I guess maybe wished Yankee fans would also hate the Mets back or something, because I think the hate actually kind of goes more in one direction. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe that's too general of a statement.
Well, I mean,
I want to speak for all Yankee fans.
Right, but think of it like this, Bretti. The Mets have felt like they need to prove something against the Yankees. So why wouldn't that exist? And I know that there are Yankee fans who can't stand the Mets. I get that. But yeah, but here's the thing though. If both of these teams continue to play well, and as the postseason goes on, and both of these teams, the Yankees and Mets, are going through the playoffs, then yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a rivalry, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of talk about a Subway Series and everything.
Well, I think a rivalry would just come from more games together. Like if let's say they meet once or twice over the next 4 years in the World Series, then each interleague series throughout the regular season is going to start to mean a little, and then I don't know. I don't know if just us the Yankees and Mets existing in New York is enough. At this point, I don't think it's enough to create a natural rivalry.
I agree.
Don't get it twisted. The Cardinals are making the World Series 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 out of the next 5 years.
Like in terms of teams that I dislike, Red Sox and Rays are well above the Mets.
No doubt about it. So are the Phillies.
The White Sox and Rays?
No, Red.
The Red Sox and the Rays are well above the Mets. No, in terms of teams I dislike. Hated teams. I hate the Red Sox and I hate the Rays. I can't say that I hate the Mets right now.
Right.
Hate the Rays? Why do you hate the Rays?
The Rays are better at the strategy that it wins games
they
than the
the
Yankees
Rays?
are, using like 25% of the pay. They are so pesky. Yes, the Rays have been a thorn in the
You
Yankees side.
hate them. The H word.
Yes, yes,
That,
yes.
that's a
The
crazy.
Yankees could have possibly had more success the past few years if the Rays haven't been good.
But there's no reason. But the Rays
And
haven't won
they're an
anything.
AL East.
The Rays
They're
have
a
never won a
fellow
World
AL East
Series.
team that the Yankees play a lot more. I don't.
Never won a World Series.
PJ, it's a little hard to. I don't know if you're.
And
able
I've
to
never
pop
been
your
alive
phone
for
up
a Mets
little bit.
World Series, so I don't know.
I mean, World Series victory, right?
No, World Series
Right.
victory. Yeah.
Right. None of us have it. That was 86.
Wait, what? What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the
The
were
Rays
a lot.
have played in more World Series in the last 20 years than the Mets have.
Yeah, and the funny
Is that true?
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Yes, the Mets.
almost dead serious. So there's two. So if 20 years, bring it back to 2002. So the Mets have only made one World Series. I think the Rays have made at least two in that time.
The Mets, Mets made 15.
2015.
Against 20 years.
Yeah.
I thought you said 1986.
Well, what I said was
That's the Mets World Series win. So I wasn't alive for that. You know, I enjoyed the 30 for 30 series.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Queens.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't seen that, but I'll have to check that out. But yeah, and the Mets nearly lost that World Series. Like, let's not forget about that, because early on in the pandemic, WFAN was airing a lot of the old baseball games, and I like to record that stuff. At the time, because there was really not much else to do. I was home like everyone else. I was in a one-bedroom apartment. What the hell else are you gonna do? So I was just watching and taking a lot of old baseball games, and I mean, yeah, like the Mets nearly lost that World Series.
There's just the caveat that I think, like, if the Mets are this good for the next 4 years, I mean, give me time to change my opinion. But asking me present day, I think the Mets-Yankees rivalry could be more of one than it currently is.
And just some comments from Jake. I wish there was more of a rivalry just because I love baseball, and I think the Mets and the Yankees having a rivalry is good for baseball.
I would agree with him.
Awesome.
I just don't want to lie and say that there's a strong one.
Remember that, yeah.
I agree with Jake. If there's a strong rivalry between Yankees and Mets, that is good for baseball, and I'm all on board. I just can't honestly say that there is one, at least on my side right now.
Yeah, I mean, see, to me, what we need is more of a fiery rivalry between the Yankees and Red Sox. We haven't seen a really fiery rivalry since mid-2000s.
Yeah, I mean, it got sweet for a little while with Mo's retirement and then Poppy's retirement and Jeter's retirement, and they were handing awards, or not awards, but, like gifts
right.
to each other and standing ovations and
Varitek's retirement. Don't forget about Jason Varitek, too.
Yeah. Well, I meant like the fan bases were like almost like respectful towards each other. You know what? I think the retirement of those players.
It kind of cordialized things a little bit.
Yeah, for a little while, and the teams were not good at the same time. But I mean, 2018 postseason, I still hate that. It still doesn't feel good.
No, and
it still doesn't feel good that they've won like 3 World Series either. So yeah, I hate the Red Sox. But no, in terms of like them, like a brawl, like an on-field brawl, no, I think it's been a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen an on-field brawl since what? Arroyo A-Rod? That's the last one I can remember.
I don't know.
Brawl? I mean, there's been like certain other things. I mean, I think the Cardinals Mets situation, I think
we're talking about Yankees Red Sox.
Okay, specifically there.
Get the gosh darn golf balls out of your ears, dude.
No,
Jesus Christmas.
It would be Don Zimmer. Well, I mean, I'm sick of hearing about Yankees and freaking Red Sox. How about that? I hate the Red Sox and I hated the Yankees for forever. So maybe I tuned you guys out. But maybe Don Zimmer, Pedro.
Well, I mean, Pedro just looked like an idiot during that brawl.
No, just in general.
I don't think Pedro really wanted to hurt Don
Yelling at
Zimmer.
me.
Yeah.
Chill out there, Blaze.
I don't think he did either.
I don't know. I don't know. Don Zimmer charging a pitcher in his prime was probably not a great
My,
idea either.
a
I mean,
buddy of mine,
when you look back on it,
a
No,
I don't
buddy of
know.
mine,
I don't
I
know if
agree.
anybody was right in that situation.
I would agree with you.
the night that happened, however old we were, a buddy of mine who Brett knows, this kid named Chris, he had a Pedro Martinez bobblehead. I forget why. I probably just got it at some random thing, but we beat the shit out of this bobblehead with a baseball bat the night that he threw down Don Zimmer, because at the time we were just like, this guy's an asshole. But anyway,
Yep. Brett, 30 seconds.
yeah.
What's the best brawl you've ever seen across any sport? I think I still got to go Pistons Pacers at the Coliseum.
No doubt.
That is, yeah, okay.
Palace of Auburn Hills. That's where that was.
Yeah, that was
Not the Coliseum.
Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace. Yeah, still the all-time sports brawl.
And how fitting that he became Meta World Peace. Thanks, Brett.
Later, guys.
And there goes Bretty. My guy. Let's see. So, you know, a team that we do have to talk about, though. I mean, we hinted at it, you know, with respect to the Red Sox. That's a team that they need to figure their stuff out. That offense has been like, you know, near quiet.
Yeah,
the pitching hasn't been sensational.
I think in general they are in a state of flux, as they say. It is one of those things where I think they thought that they had more than they did, and that happens. Like, that happens throughout the league, where teams that think that they're contenders going into the season get out of the. It's like horse racing. I mean, shout out the Kentucky Derby this weekend. It's like horse racing. When a team gets out of the gate slow and they think that they're going to be one of the fastest teams, but it turns out they get out of the gate slow, and either the horse makes adjustments or it falls to the back and doesn't end up, placing or showing. So I think that's kind of where we are with. There are more teams other than just the Red Sox, but the Red Sox came into this season, and I think both of us believe this to be right around the top of the AL East. But
Yep.
25 games in, they've played 24, so 24 games in. Certainly not to be expected, but it's one of those situations where they either get it fixed now or they'll continue to fall. So it's something to look at. And shout out Bethel native Matt Barnes, who's starting to get his groove back as the closer of the Red Sox. Hopefully he continues to produce. Slow start to his year, but I always root for him, and I do have him on a fantasy team. So shout out Matt Barnes, Bethel, Connecticut native.
There you go, right in your neck of the woods there. I actually forgot the Kentucky Derby was this weekend.
Yep, that's Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to be, when I was a kid with my dad, I used to be really into the horse racing, and now I just, I don't get it.
No, I mean, it really is just to each their own, as is most things. Oh, and we have F1 Miami Grand Prix. Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend, and as always, we have baseball.
Yeah, I like Formula One. What about you? We've never talked about Formula One.
Oh, love it. Me, Bretty Boy, and I are huge F1 guys. Huge F1 guys. Like
Maybe,
absolutely.
yeah, maybe uh,
Wait, who do you root for?
in
F1.
let's see, I was a huge Michael Schumacher guy.
Oh, Ferrari.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
Schumacher was my
go,
guy.
boys. Let's go. You don't know how happy that makes me. Maybe we do a F1 podcast.
Uh,
I've been trying to. I've been thinking about it, but
I mean, admittedly I don't follow it super
that's
closely.
okay.
I mean, definitely Indy 500. I don't know if you have Sirius or not. Sirius XM.
Um, I think I have a free trial, but I do not have no.
Gotcha. Because I gotta tell you, if you have you ever heard racing on the radio,
No, but it sounds
even if
awesome.
it were NASCAR.
No, I'm sure it's amazing because just watching it is amazing too.
I mean, not that I'm a fan of NASCAR. I mean, I used to be, but now it's just become a bunch of pretty boy prima donnas, and I just the way the sport has trended, it's tough. It's become tough. Uh, too much attitude. I can't stand it. But yeah, racing on the radio is really cool. You
Please,
gotta check it out sometime.
you have Netflix?
I have Netflix. Yeah,
Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive. Okay,
The F1. It's a series about F1.
gotcha.
I highly recommend it. I think this is a take I would love to get your opinion on.
Oh,
Like Hard Knocks.
yeah.
Imagine a baseball Hard Knocks.
Well, yeah. I mean, how would you do that though?
Well, like all the guys that get invited to like spring training and all that, and like how they have to like there's so many more invites than end up on the team. I don't know. Just maybe I like, and just over the years with the Cardinals, there's videos and social media does these videos with like they're out there in Florida fishing or like doing whatever. I would love to like see the day in the life of a potential 40-man roster guy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that sounds awesome.
Although I think the perfect way to inject some life into the All Star game
Ooh, whoa, hit me with this.
is to do like a mini series
Ooh,
and follow because you usually know who's going to
yeah,
be getting in voted in by the fans
yeah, yeah,
to be
yeah.
all stars. It's all the big names. So like why not follow them around? I
Ooh,
think that would be a cool little mini
I
series.
like
Ba-
that.
Baseball needs to do something to
Something,
inject
right?
some
Yeah,
life
yeah,
into the All Star game because it is, as I've said to you
yeah,
before, like out of the other sports, it's the most game like. The game
yeah.
doesn't really change, whereas the others are just more exhibition and show.
Absolutely. I love that idea. I like really like. I don't know. I'm sure there's other people who have thought of it, but the idea of getting some access and turning it into some kind of show on whatever network of these guys and like seeing the stars interact with each other and like how they get into the batting cage and like what they like I know you would love that.
Yeah, like film them doing batting practice.
Yeah, yeah, and like talking like you get like those candid shots of them talking about like hitting situations and whatever, and then you get the pitchers saying like, "Oh, what are you gonna throw here? Why?" Like you get those like those little intricate things. That would be awesome. That's like for lack of a better term, Blaze. That's baseball porn. That's
Yeah,
straight up baseball point. Yeah.
like, put it on MLB Network. I
Yep.
mean, like
Yeah, you
they got it. They
listening
have to do
MLB Network?
something.
Come on.
I think it'd be a great thing. You
Just
know, it's
any. That's how you grow the game, right? That's how you grow the game. You grow the game doing what me and you do here on the Swinging Blindly podcast with PJ and Blaze. You can find us Swinging Blindly at Swinging Blindly on Twitter, at Swinging Blindly podcast everywhere else, and you can that's what you get here is that we're trying to grow the game, like with what we're talking about. We just we're trying to birth ideas to get more people involved, and that's kind of how it is. Turn it into a reality show. That's what they do. That's what all these major sports do. Like,
yeah. MLB has been late to do that.
yep,
I mean,
absolutely.
they've been frankly late to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
Like all you have to do, and I mean, I think we talked about it a couple years ago, early part of the pandemic, how I was geeking out to like all these old baseball games. I mean,
yeah,
the pace, like just watch 3 innings. Or I'll tell you what, watch the last 3 innings from a random game, from like 1980s something or the early 90s, and compare it to today. There is there's no there's no pace today. There's no pace
no,
because
it's going by so fast.
right. I mean, and it's not the length of the game. Like, I mean, I'm all for a good. I'm all for a good game if it's 4 hours long. But yeah, I mean these games now. I mean they are just, gosh, like I get why. I mean, not that you and I ever would, lose interest because baseball's our sport. It is our pastime. It's why we're doing this show. But like you gotta understand why people are tuning it out and not going to the games, or why the ratings are down,
Yep,
because
absolutely.
it's just become it's just the product needs to improve. I so Have we talked about the four outfielder thing?
No,
I mean, what's your take on it? With these shifts of with the fourth outfielder and all that.
I mean, I definitely don't want to see four outfielders in baseball.
Agree.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's cut and dry. That's cut and dry, my friend. Uh, I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but
You know how with some players, a team will put in and will move an infielder to the outfield.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not baseball.
no, no, yeah.
And
And I've never really been like pro or anti shift, but that is something like there's one thing if you put an infielder a little bit in the grass. That's one thing. I mean, I certainly played in the grass with people that I knew were going to hit the ball hard. That's one thing. But if
of
you're
course,
playing the same depth as all of the other outfielders, no. I that should not be. That's softball.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, like 4 or 5 steps out onto the grass. If you're a second baseman, left-handed pull hitter, that's one thing. Shortstop on the left side, a few steps out in the grass with a right-handed pull hitter, that's one thing. But I mean,
Oh no!
this
If you cut the outfield into four separate pieces of pie, no, that's no, that's not no, that's softball. That's
Right.
literally like slow pitch softball. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, the shifts that we used to see before the Tampa Bay Rays, and that's another thing that makes the Rays hard to like, is that they've done all these things. I mean, they're like Sergio Romo was the first guy to pitch an opener, and the only reason why Tampa continued this was because here this 40-year-old guy was who he has rings to show from his Giants days. He pitched an opener for the Rays, and the younger kids were like, "Oh yeah, all right, I'll do that too." Whatever it takes. Like, I can't
Yeah.
blame those. Like, I can't blame the kids for following Sergio's example.
No,
But
absolutely not.
but like it's changed. It's changed the game, and not for the better.
Well, to what you said, my main thing is do whatever it takes to win. I if it's within the rules, do whatever it takes to win.
To a
That
point.
will no, that will always be my take is do whatever it takes to win within the rules. Unless it's a rule, then these shifts are allowed to be like that's just the way it is. Like that's does it do I think it's right or wrong? Sure, I have an opinion on that. But
Well, what
in
is it?
no, I know I already just said I don't think you should be able to have four outfielders. But but in
What about the
general,
imbalanced infield?
until it's a rule, it's if it's within the rules, then it's fine.
Okay.
That's that's that will always be my do whatever it takes to win as long as you're within the quote unquote rules, I suppose. I mean, I've been a proponent. I believe I've said this on this podcast. Cheat all you want, cheat all you want, unless you get if you get caught, then you get caught. Like that's the baseball has been filled with cheaters and on the micro level with like stealing the signs, like that's something that's been in baseball forever. But on the macro level with like the steroids, yeah, I understand that there's something to be said there, and so be it. But in general, baseball has been a game where if you can get a leg up on somebody, you get a leg up on them. And if you're not breaking a rule that's like gonna like the when I say rule, I mean a rule that's not gonna cost you an out, that's not gonna cost you a player, that's not gonna in the lines of the game. If you're not gonna get punished while you're playing the game, you take as much you take not an inch, you take a mile as if you can.
I'm with you.
Yeah, and that being
Yeah.
said, I totally, as a baseball player, somebody who played and just a fan of the game, no, four outfielders, that's ridiculous. Like the shifts are ridiculous. That is a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big fan of having three infielders on one side or the other.
Yeah, yeah, I that's crazy too. I mean, I guess I don't know the stats on it, whether it works more or not, more than it doesn't, but I also agree that that is something that I think could be curtailed.
Well, and it will be. You're not going to have any of
Yeah,
that next year. You're not going to have the four outfielders. And another thing too, and it has nothing to do with the pace, but just look at the managers that are hired. There's not a lot of personality in the game. There's where are the Lou Pinellas? Where are the Ozzie Guillens? Where are the Bobby Coxes? Like Joe Girardi still has that fire in his belly.
Tony La
Uh,
Russa.
Tony, but he's old as he's fossilized. I'm sorry. It's
Buck
just
Showalter.
Buck Showalter. Yep, yep. But again, like these guys don't have the fire in terms of the personality that they once did. They're they just don't. They're older. And I'm not saying that as a knock. That's just the reality. But yeah, like where are those guys? Like my gosh, I miss or the Earl
They get
Weavers. I
older,
mean,
Blaze. they get older and then they leave the game. Like that's the way life works. And then now we have the younger versions, and they like Mike Matheny. He's a fiery guy. I mean, just to name a
Yeah,
few. I think Ollie Marmol is. I mean, he's a young guy. He's a former player. I can see the fire in him. Like I hear what you're saying, but like those guys are old and they retire.
I get that. What I'm saying though is like if you just generally speaking look around the league at the managers, there's not a lot of personality because they're almost being put into positions to be puppets for the front office.
Yeah,
That I miss those brawls, man.
yeah. I mean, I don't. I guess I'm a little bit on the opposite spectrum from you when it comes to that, but yeah, I mean, we saw it. We saw it the other week with Mets and Cardinals. Stuff like that's going to continue to happen with the way the balls are. But it's just it's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know. It's just I just look at why baseball has declined in popularity, and like to me those are the two big things: the pace of play and the general stale personality of the managers today.
I don't think I don't think the managers are the main catalyst of why baseball might be on a decline.
I'm not saying that it's a
But
main one, but it's part of it.
I don't know. I have to disagree. I don't think people in baseball's heyday, let's just say 98, 99, when the home runs were all happening, I don't think anybody had any idea who the managers of the Cardinals and Cubs were. Like, nor did they care. I, I, I have to push back on that, my friend. Like that's nobody really cares about who the managers of these teams are. They don't. They just don't.
Yeah, but you're telling me though that a Lou Piniella going ballistic, a Bobby Cox going
Yeah,
ballistic,
in those
or
moments, they're great.
Earl Weaver. Earl Weaver was.
Yeah,
Did you ever see video of some of the
like
fights Earl Weaver
no,
got into with some of the umpires? Oh, you got to check it out.
I'm
Oh,
sure I do, but like like that's just that's not what's driving or uh, that's not what's driving ratings is the managers, my friend. That's
I'm
just
not
not.
right. Like I
Yeah,
said, I'm not saying that it's driving it, PJ. I'm just saying like that's part of the game that that is missing. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and you know who we have to talk about? Speaking of managers and about, when the hell is Angel Hernandez going to be forced off the field?
yeah, that's it's a bad look for the umpires out there.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
certainly is.
Was it
Jake
against?
says fire him now.
He should have been fired yesterday. How is this guy? How is this guy able to do his job for this long and be this bad and not be held accountable? And look no further than, and we didn't touch on it last week, and we should have, but we got all caught up in the petty argument between Big Brother, Little Brother with the Yankees and Mets. Because it was fun, but it got petty. I'm sorry, it did.
It's great though.
Between the Mets, or I'm sorry, between the Phillies and the Brewers, when Kyle Schwarber was called out on strikes,
Oh
and
yeah,
he gave it to Angel Hernandez and said, "You were terrible on both sides."
yeah, that was awesome. That's a moment that people can get behind for sure.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he doesn't get primetime postseason assignments. I mean, the guy shouldn't even be umpiring at all. And he looks for a fight. He comes across as a bully. His ball strike percentage is that game, because I heard this in the Michael K show video from the other day. His strike percentage was something like around 77%, and you are an umpire? Some of the pitches, according to Michael K, missing by 8 inches? I mean, get myself as a blind man behind the dish. Get Stevie Wonder. Hell, I mean, you couldn't do much worse.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, I know, I hear you. It's one of those things that you don't understand, and clearly there's something there, but at this point it's just entertainment.
Yeah, for sure. So what do you want to
Jake
do, my
says,
guy?
put a Bush back there. We
Put a
need him
Bush,
fired 5 years ago.
Jeb or George W. or an actual Bush.
Oh,
I had to, Jake. It was there.
no, let's,
yeah. So
we can wrap it up here.
yeah, another good show, my guy.
Yes, sir.
As always, we pulled it off. Swinging Blindly podcast here with PJ Geary and myself, Blaze Bryant. Facebook.com/Swinging Blindly podcast. On Twitter @Swinging Blindly. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. I promise I will have this one up later on this week. And in a few weeks here, we'll be back on audio and video, and all systems will be working hunky-dorily. But we'll carry on, my guy, because that's just what we do.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Jakey Boy and Bretty Boy, and give us a Jakey Boy and Bretty Boy. Come on.
Jakey Boy and Bretty Boy.
Hey, yeah, huge shout out. We appreciate you guys, and anybody who listened and continues to join us, because we love just swinging blindly for the fences, because we really don't give a shit where it lands.
That's right, my guy. I couldn't have wrapped it up better.
Love you, and we love everybody else.
Back here, same great times.
Wait, one more. Give Jake love to. So, give us your best Jakey and Bretty. Give us Bretty and then end with Jakey.
Okay. Bretty Boy and Jakey Boy.
Oh, that was beautiful. Seriously, that was beautiful.
Just like your face.
Oh, you are such a smudge. Oh my god.
All right, Colorcast. Until next week, we out.